Okay, everybody. We are playing through Masks of Nyarlathotep.
Or two.
Starting with Joey, why don't you give us a brief rundown of your character?
Hi, I'm Joey, also known as Connorville. I am playing a mechanic that is also capable of repairing just about anything. Repairing and driving just about anything in the engine. That's about it.
Perfect. And Bry?
I am playing Miss Bernadette, who is a Southern belle who runs a moonshine business on the sly, is Connor's boss at the moment, and is mostly good at social situations. Mostly.
Okay, Travis.
Yo, I'm playing Victor, who's a very good shooter. So he was a soldier and seen some shit, and now he's scarred mentally and physically.
And Terry.
Hello, I'm James. Let's see. Basically, to fully summarize it, a nerd who knows a lot about history, archaeologist, parents were archaeologists, and yeah, just a nerd.
Perfect.
Nerd.
Accurate.
We began our adventure last week with all of you arriving in Lima, Peru, meeting with a man named Larkin in the Bar Cardano, where he described to you the archaeological expedition he wants to take you all on and make a whole bunch of money from finding treasure to a lost pyramid deep in the jungle. After he had retired for the night, another man who has joined the adventure as under the name Jackson Elias revealed that he has suspicions both about Larkin's personal servant, Luis de Mendoza, and about a death cult that he thinks is operating in the jungle here. He believes that whether Larkin and de Mendoza are directly involved or not, he's not certain. He has reason to suspect that they are, and that the pyramid is somehow involved. The group of you drank and partied and got to know each other late into the night. And the next day, fully recovered, you met at the museum, the local natural history museum and museum of archaeology, to talk to a contact he has there, a professor whose name is Nemesio Sanchez. While the main group stayed upstairs and learned more about the history and the culture of these people, Victor decided to wander into the basement to look for Trinidad Riza, the assistant of Sanchez, who has translated a document that you might find useful in locating the pyramid. Victor, earlier you had a critical success. You reminded me of on identifying what these Cariciri that everybody's talking about are. You then went into the basement, had a critical success on a luck roll, and then made a successful stealth roll. So, in the basement, which should be activating now. There we go. You came across, you snuck into the room cautiously. You made your way through shelves that are stacked with boxes and old artifacts to the sound of a struggle where you see a man on top of, with a mouth descending and reaching towards the chest of a young woman who he has pinned to the ground. Flashing through your mind at this moment, because of your critical success earlier on identifying the Karasiri, and because they're at the forefront of your mind at the moment, you will know that this is a word that is comes from the term for carving something up with a knife. The description of the Karasiri is a tall white man wearing a wide-brimmed hat, carrying a long knife that he uses to butcher people and steal their body fat. Others' stories say that they drug people and extract their fat using magic or strange tools. And what's most relevant to you in this moment? They don't hunt alone. So you have a little bit of a conundrum here. You have to make a decision between practicality and survival, or heroism.
Before that, I think I have to make a check, though.
What check would that be?
A sanity check?
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Good call. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I just said, hey, teacher, I brought my homework. I just roll sanity, right?
There you go.
Let's
You can roll
go! Do I click the 33 again?
No, that just means you passed.
Okay, so...
And in this case, as long as you pass, you don't take any damage. So you kind of take this in stride. You had already been thinking that this sort of thing might be going on, and you're prepared for it. But at this very moment, he's about to start doing damage to this young woman. You can see that he is biting her chest. You can rush forward and stop him, attack him, or you can approach more cautiously and see if you can find any others lurking in the shadows. You're confident that you've been very quiet and you're not going to be ambushed unless you make yourself known and expose yourself to it.
And can I check if this person has a gun on them? No, no, I got the time for this. I'm just gonna jump on this thing and just start hacking at it.
All right.
I'm alone. I at this point, like, two things. So, go ahead.
You don't have to apologize for taking the path of the hero.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna jump on it and just start, like, put my arm around its throat so it can't suck on her, and, like, my other arm just kind of, like, stab at it chest, and then I'll yell at her to run.
Okay. Then
Also
I'm
living
going
up to your nickname as Bloody Victor.
Very true. Soundtrack does have gunshots going on. We're just going to ignore them for a moment.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. So you are acting first. You're acting in first a surprise round, and then you're at the top of the order.
Do I get a bonus?
Yeah.
Any
Yeah,
bonuses?
that's a good point. You'll get an extra die, a bonus die when you attack on this first round.
So I click the guy and then hit the knife. I'm gonna spend 5 luck.
Let's see how much damage you managed to do here.
I like that we got some spoilers on who this is.
Oh, I mean, he's jumped on this man's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you hadn't said his name yet.
Yeah, as you jump on this man's back and begin stabbing away, you do recognize. Well, his face is a little more distended now. There's this weird sucker coming out attached to this poor woman. But this is Luis de Mendoza. You stab him in the back, and he.
So my main goal was to like wrangle him off of her. I'm not just stabbing him in the back. I'm in the front.
Okay. So how about this? Your first move is to get that knife dug in there. Second's going to be a combat maneuver.
Okay.
And you're going to use that to grab and wrestle him. And you can use that knife to give yourself a bonus die on it.
So just plain skill?
Let's see. I believe you make a brawl check and then we just won't do damage to it. That might be a little bit loud.
Like that?
Oh, yeah, did you do that with a bonus die? Yes,
I did.
Okay, I'll just have him...
Is it an opposed check?
Yeah, it will be.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 1 lunk then. I'll make it 3. Or hard.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. He made an extreme success. So you can still choose to spend more luck if you want to. Although...
yeah, I'm gonna do it.
You know what? Don't do it. In fact, take all that luck back. There's no reason to spend it when, if he's got an extreme success, you can't spend luck down to beat him.
Oh.
And if you're defending, you win ties here. So, but you will have successfully pried him off of her.
Okay.
Are you leaving the knife embedded, or do you want to take it with you as you kind of... Or are you going to, like, try to stay on him like a bat? You're just not in control of him. What's your goal here?
I'm not in control of the situation at all. But I still have my arm around him and my knife in him.
Okay.
I'm holding on. I did tell her to run if she gets the chance.
Yep. Yes, you did. Yeah, she is lying on the ground, catching her breath now with him kind of dragged off of her. You can see it's like right here. There is a ring of red, as though lots of tiny teeth were biting into her chest. And you may not be grabbing him and in complete control, but you are still kind of on top of him and behind him. So he's going to take 1 negative die as he attacks you. He is going to whip around, slashing at you with elongated claws. And you can choose whether you want to dodge or fight back.
I'm gonna dodge.
Dodging allows you to win ties. Fighting back allows you to do damage if you win the confrontation.
I'm better at dodging.
Okay.
So, like... yeah. I don't think I'm gonna win this conversation, but I'm gonna have a fighting chance.
Okay, go ahead and choose dodge. Make your roll.
Dodge. Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Yeah. Okay. He swings at you. You back out of the way quickly. And the other one you didn't see in the shadows is going to make a grab for you. So you feel another set of arms wrapping around you from behind. And you, slippery little jerk that you are, you duck down out of the way and allow him to ram into the shelves. Some boxes get knocked loose. You hear them crashing around you. And the young woman is going to get to her feet and start running. You know you don't have to hold on for very long before she's going to get upstairs and let other people know what's going on, but at least for a few more seconds.
Mm-hmm. Is it back to me?
We're back to you. You're standing here in the dark. There's nothing but a few electric lights, none of them directly down this pathway. You are surrounded. There's a lot of stuff you can use in your environment. There are heavy boxes up on the shelves. Probably couldn't knock the shelves over themselves without a lot of effort, but
I'm going to. You know what? There's no such thing as called shots in this thing, right?
it depends on what you want to do. It might let you do something with a higher degree of success.
I wanna cut off this thing's sucker.
Okay, you want to cut his mouth off?
Yeah, just ugh.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a bad goal. Why don't we say that? I think we would need an extreme success in order to just cut his mouth off, though.
Okay.
Sound fair?
I'm aiming for the face at this point.
Okay.
Or not.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
Hope you got another character lined up.
Woof. Okay. Yeah, you go for it. You jam your knife right into his mouth and he bites your hand. And you feel in immense pain. You feel as the moment his mouth closes around your arm, you start feeling this suction.
Okay. Everything's fine.
And then while he's biting your hand, he's gonna make another grab for you.
I'm dodging.
Okay. Good job.
Damn.
Did he get a 5?
Yeah, he rolled a 5. And the second one here is also going to make a grab for you from behind. How are we rolling nothing but extreme successes tonight?
This is ridiculous.
This is weird.
In case anybody that's watching doesn't know what a hard success
Did
is,
he get?
they're rolling a quarter of what they're supposed to be rolling. A quarter of their stat.
That's right. Well, a
I
fifth,
can-
actually.
I can upgrade this, right?
You can. You can spend the luck to get it to extreme.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna have it suck me.
Okay. How much luck do you have at this point?
I have 17.
Okay. Then we're going to very quickly jump upstairs. Everyone else is just having a very, well, depending on who you are, either a very boring or a very interesting and relaxing conversation.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah. You are hearing more about Tiwanaku than you've ever heard before. You're also learning about the local culture. He's offering to take you out and show you some of the artifacts that are stored in the museum itself and how they relate to the subjects you're discussing. How about Bertie and Connor? What are you up to here?
I'm waiting for approximately 3 minutes for Victor to come back before deciding it can't be taking him that long. I'm gonna go see what they're doing. And getting up and starting to head down the stairs as well.
All right, and Connor?
Connor is bored out of his freaking mind. So he's going to take any excuse to, escort the lady.
Okay. And as the two of you make your way onto the stairs, you hear a clatter of footsteps running up the stairs. And then Bertie directly into your arms, a young woman.
Oh. Still up on the first floor? Because I just got warped to the basement.
About halfway down the stairs. So we're fine either way.
Oh.
She say, they're fighting! They attacked me!
Alright, calm down, darling. Who attacked you?
Unfortunately, she's saying it in Spanish.
Oh no.
Oh,
So I don't understand a word of that, okay.
Did we say the vampire thing that was mentioned last night, however?
Does she say one of those words?
You know what? What do you, like, are you just trying to calm her down? Or, like, how do you handle this? Do you run off or do you try to communicate with her?
I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on. I'm gonna try to communicate a little bit.
Okay.
I don't speak a lick of Spanish, but...
Then, after a moment you will hear the word, Karasiri!
Hana? We got a problem! Alright, and I'm going to escort her back to the office and then charge downstairs.
Okay. Connor? Are you sticking around with Bertie and escorting Ms. Rizzo into the office, or are you going directly down?
I'll be rushing down towards where she most likely gestured when something's going down. Because I'm just so scared. One, it's talking to somebody, and two, it's in a language I won't ever learn.
All right. That being the case, we're going to have one more round where Victor's on his own. Then
Fine.
one round with Connor entering the room, and then Bertie will join us. How does that sound?
Works for me.
Victor, you have proved they are attacking hard, but you are a tough customer.
I ain't down yet. I hear no bell.
Now, you could try to get away, you know. Or are you just out here like you're going to, even if you go out, you're taking them with you?
Okay, so there's no attack of opportunity here. How would I go about trying to get away from this?
You would make a, I think it's a dexterity check. And that would determine if you manage to get away from them and can just start running then.
I have seen this man's face, though.
Yeah, weird as it is, you have seen his face now.
You're a dead man, and I'm gonna run.
Alright. Make your dex check. Alright, good job. Yeah, you can, you kind of slip under their arms and run out the door. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you running upstairs? Are you going to shut the door and barricade it? What's your plan here?
I've seen this man's face, so he's gonna be clearly after me. Wait, no, what? Luis was his name, right?
Luis de Mendoza. The other
You're a
one
dead
is
man.
just a man you don't recognize.
I'm gonna run upstairs. I'm not gonna waste time.
Okay. Then, as you run up the stairs, you are going to run into Connor. I'm going to assume that this isn't the same collision. You're going to hear each other coming. You can take a moment to talk. But down in the basement, you hear a roar. Whether it's pain or frustration, you don't know. Connor, you're going to hear it as well. It is inhuman.
Oh yeah, gun comes out. What did you do?
That's not what I did. It's what they're gonna do. I need my gun. Luis is a dead man.
I'll cover you.
I am like giving him the warning and running upstairs because I don't have any tools to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Connor's gonna cover him.
Alright. Do you give him an idea of just where they are, or do you just gotta...
I'm just telling him, look, we don't have the time for this. We gotta get upstairs.
Okay.
What I'm doing is I'm standing at the stairwell, and if anything's charging at me, I'm gonna plug a hole in it and then ask questions.
Okay. Give me a listen roll. Just Connor. You're the only one standing there.
Surprisingly, listen's not on my macro bar. Who would have thought?
I think this is the first time I'm asking you for one, so it's not surprising.
Alright, listen, normal difficulty, of course. And okay.
Very good. Yeah, you hear the sound of running feet very faintly, and it recedes.
Yeah, if so I'm hearing it running away.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm going to turn around and take care of my friend because I don't know what's happening.
Absolutely fair. So,
And
Birdie.
going after somebody that's probably done nothing wrong seems kind of extra.
Birdie bursts into the room with Jackson and James and the professor, and she is kind of half supporting this terrified young woman.
Also checking her over, because
Yeah, it is immediately obvious.
panic bad.
There's like a circle of it's not bleeding badly, but there's just like blood welling up on her chest.
Professor Sanchez, do you have a first aid kit by any chance?
He says, what, Trinidad, are you... What happened? They begin conversing rapidly in Spanish, and yeah, he's grabbing a first aid kit off of the wall. James, I'm afraid that your conversation is forgotten at this point.
It's alright.
Oh, so rude. Nobody can hold a polite conversation.
I'll probably say I can, or say, what is it? Offer my help and just because I know a little bit of like medicine, medical stuff.
Okay. That will be very handy when just a few moments later, Victor, and I'm assuming Connor following him, come into the room, and Victor has his... Are you right or left-handed, buddy?
Right.
Okay, so his right hand is just pouring blood.
Alright, we're gonna focus on him.
Mm-hmm.
How do you turn into one of these like monsters, by the way? In a cult, not.
Well, that's kind of the thing. There's no indication. These are not like European vampires. There's no like indication that you get bitten by one of them and you turn into them or anything like that. These are just weird monsters that look like white men.
There's no guns in here, is there?
Yeah, why not? He has a, but it's gonna be like an older, like a musket up on the wall.
Clearly
Also
just for
like
display.
Yeah.
I'm assuming no immediately visible firearms.
Right. No, he's not. This isn't like the Wild West. This is a modern university.
Listen, I ain't got time for this. I got Monsters Hunt now, and like, I'm just gonna turn out and leave.
Victor, you get back here. You ain't hunting nothing if you're dead.
Yeah, you should consider that blood loss is bad for you.
I mean, if no one's gonna physically impose against me leaving, I will try to.
Okay.
I am going to grab your arm and sit you down.
Be quick.
And then am I good to just do my first aid quick?
Yeah, you can do a first aid check. Is that a success? Not quite.
You know, I'm just gonna...
In fact, that's pretty far.
I'm just gonna spend some luck.
Oh,
I got plenty.
okay.
Not as much as Joey, but I still got some.
All right, so yeah, you bandage up his arm. Let me see. I don't remember how much first aid heals in pulp, so let me just pull that up real quick. But you can go ahead and have a little, like, you can have this conversation with each other while your arm is getting bandaged up.
Weiss is one of those fat-sucking vampires, okay? I don't got time to be wasting. He's a dead man. He bit me. I don't know if this is gonna change me. I don't know what's happening right now. But I'm not enjoying any minute of this.
It'll change you into a corpse if we don't get this bandage. Do you see how much blood you're losing right now?
I feel like James isn't really saying anything other than just focusing on just bandaging up your arm.
Professor, did she even bring up, or did she still have the thing that you were asked to bring up?
He pauses and talks to her for a moment, and he says, yes, she has the summary that she was putting together. But we should really, I suppose I should call security and make sure that we clear out. She said there were a couple of men down there who attacked her, and you?
At least two.
He grabs...
They already took off.
He says, well, I'm going to call the police regardless.
It's likely a good move.
And, he's going to leave her to Birdie, and James is finishing up patching Victor's arm. Speaking of which, you can heal 1d4. And he's going to get on the phone with the police. Hey. And, Jackson or Hammer is going to be kind of barely concealing his excitement here. And he's like, okay, now, I have to ask, a lot of times these cults have specialized knives, and looking at your arm, is it some sort of... Is it a dagger? Or did they have some sort of other cutting tool?
It was their mouth.
Did they have some sort of, I don't know, prosthetic teeth? That would be fascinating.
Tell you what.
Yes.
Next time I see it, I'll make sure to point it out to you.
Fair enough.
Kind of bleeding right now, and I don't. And I
Yes.
need something to protect myself.
Yes, I apologize. It's just that sometimes it's best to get your first impressions when it's still fresh in your mind. There were two of them, and you said De Mendoza was one of them.
Yes.
That fits with what Naira told me. I was told down around Puno that he's Karasiri. Did you recognize the other man?
No, it didn't seem like someone I would know. I haven't been here for too long either.
No, that's true.
They're able to walk around in the sun?
Oh yes, this isn't they're
Karasiri, that is.
yes, the stories I've heard there has nothing to do with more European stories of bloodsuckers, or they don't seem to be emerging from the grave. They're just mysterious white men with wide-brimmed hats who attack travelers with knives and steal their fat. It's not. I mean, you're asking, can they go out in the sun? They're people.
I don't think we're going to be invited into this expedition much longer. If
I feel-
Luis is with what's the patron running the show?
Augustus Larkin.
Mendoza? Augustus. If Luis tells Augustus of what
Whoa.
of our fight, I don't think he'll be
Well-
much happy.
If he's the one who attacked you, it's possible that we can confront the man. And we can... I was told that de Mendoza is Karisiri. And I suspect that Larkin must have some involvement with the cult. But we can see how he reacts.
If he's still alive.
What's that?
Yes,
Just
I
don't
suppose... If he's not alive, then most likely he's not involved. That is logical.
Considering how he looked before he left dinner, and then
looked-
considering this,
I think he looked the way I felt this morning.
he didn't have the excuse of 15 shots.
Oh,
Fair
and you were
enough.
sweating far, far more.
Now, what I'm wondering is, do we want to be here to answer questions with the police?
I just want to get back to my luggage.
I think it'd be best for the
Well,
victim to take all the questions.
I
Because,
think-
Don't you have like law or something, Terry?
what?
Law?
no. We thought Terry
No.
was getting along.
No, he's a bone nerd.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bone nerd, not a bone nerd. There's a very big difference.
He digs up bones. He doesn't bury them.
One's a TV show, the other one's an actual.
Grief.
So I think we all can agree that they were mainly after the stuff that she was, what was it? Writing down, translating.
She, well, when you're conversing about this, she actually pulls a piece of paper out of her pocket. A note paper, which I will share with you all. Does anybody want to volunteer to read this, or should I do it?
I volunteer as tribute.
All right. So this
I figure we should
is-
take turns reading.
She does have the actual book, but she also... This is a summary that she's written in English. Because it's old Spanish. And if it's easier for you to read, I also... should be able to switch to the text version by clicking in the title bar.
This'll be fine. I am slightly disappointed it's not actually in Spanish. But only slightly.
Like, if it was written in Spanish, none of us would understand it.
I was about to
Oh,
make a
that's
joke.
what translation is for.
She might not be able to speak English, but she can sure write English.
Spanish written by
no.
Gaspar Figueroa, 1543, on vellum. Figueroa, Spaniard who had traveled to Peru with Francisco Pizarro. According to the text, Figueroa set out to seek his own fortune following Pizarro's assassination in 1541. He was accompanied by Hernando Ruiz, Diego Garrido, Luis de Mendoza, and Pedro de Velasco, fellow conquistadors who had served with Pizarro. They traveled into the southern highlands of the Andes, looking for treasure, hoping to make their fortunes before heading back to Spain and retiring in luxury. Hearing rumors of an ancient temple filled with gold, the men set off into the mountains southwest of Lake Titicaca. There they found a pyramid surrounded by a maze-like structure of underground tunnels. The walls of the tunnels were inlaid with intricate gold carvings. The men pried out a large section of the gold, exhausting themselves in the attempt. That night, as they rested, an evil sickness befell Figueroa's companions. In the morning light, they looked gaunt and deathlike. Complaining of agonizing hunger, they pursued Figueroa. De Mendoza caught up with him and started to devour him like a human leech. Figueroa shot his friend in the head and fled, pausing only to snatch up as much of the gold as he could carry. Figueroa eventually arrived back in Lima, hoping to get passage home, but he was too weakened by his ordeal. Figueroa describes himself as wasted, little more than a walking corpse. I read Final Confessions as Figueroa's attempt to lift the guilt that his avarice had placed upon him. He believed that his fate and that all of his companions was brought about by their desecration of a holy place, and his most fervent wish was that he could undo the damage he had inflicted. He describes how he can still hear his friends' voices, crying out with inhuman hunger, and how in the dark of the night he can hear another voice, ancient and seductive, promising him eternal life if he returns to the temple. The voice told Figueroa how to contact it, but it seems Figueroa was too afraid to ever attempt this. A postscript written by the priest, who performed the last rites, states that Figueroa died a day after completing his final confessions. His last words were an entreaty to whatever gods were listening to forgive him his blasphemies. End of text.
Okay.
Whoa.
So, out of character, if I'm getting this correct, Mendoza has been around for a while.
Go ahead.
Sounds like.
Go ahead and go in character, man.
All right, then yeah, I guess James will say that also, and we'll say that in character.
Well,
That
you know,
is you guys.
sometimes, if this is some sort of priesthood, it's possible that they just assume the names of the. Perhaps there's always a Luis de Mendoza. There's always a Hernando Ruiz.
Or he could just be another bloke with the same name.
Also possible.
Do you know how
I'm
many
going to
Irish-
reserve my judgment.
Am I patched up, right?
Yeah, you're no longer bleeding. Your hand's a little sore, but you don't feel any additional ill effects from it.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my luggage. I don't know if they're waiting for the police or not.
Now, 20 minutes away from our hotel. By the time you get back with anything, they're going to be long gone.
Trinidad is going to stop for a moment and talk to the professor quickly in Spanish, and then turn to you and say, "There was one other thing. There's They talk about a large section of gold. It made me think of something. And there is this strange artifact that we are not certain of in the basement that I went to grab, and that's when they jumped me."
Is the artifact? Well, let's go see if that artifact's still here.
As a group, if you please.
Yes, please. I don't want to go back down there alone.
Come here, Don. I'm gonna hook my arm with hers for a little moral support.
Connor's basically leading the way with a gun. Just in case.
Being very careful, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. She will lead you back down, she'll follow you back down and point the way. She's going to take you back to Victor. You're going to recognize exactly where you have been fighting those people. There are some boxes on the floor, broken and smashed. There is one particularly large crate that it's on a lower shelf, and it looks like it had been pulled out intentionally, not just knocked loose. It was pried open, and sticking out of the box is this metal this gold bar, about 2 feet long and 3 inches wide and third of an inch deep.
Anything inlaying down on it?
Well, that's the interesting thing. There are designs on it, but the first thing you're going to notice is but there's a bit of a smell in the air, like pork rinds. And when you look at it, there is burned skin stuck on the surface of this gold.
I can't really pocket this without everyone noticing.
No, it's 2 feet long.
Also, it's gold. That's gonna
Yeah.
weigh a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he could touch gold. I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay. Yeah, this thing, as you pick it up, it weighs about 25 pounds.
I have like 25 strength. Can I pick it up?
Yeah, it's not like you can't pick it up, but like you put one hand on it and you start going, oh my, okay, that's heavier than I thought, and you grab it with both hands. It is cool to your touch. As you look it over, it has there are symbols, non-repeating geometric shapes, squares and rectangles carved into it. There are some sections jutting out at right angles into short spurs or squared off spirals, and both ends are clearly pried loose. Like they're not cut, they're not they aren't clean. They look like they were ripped away from other metal.
I think I found the door handle. Or a good whacking stick.
It's a little
Mr.
heavy
Reed, does
to
this
actually...
mean anything to you?
I'm sorry, who are you asking?
Mr. Reed.
Ah.
I will try and look at the symbols.
Yeah, go ahead and make an archaeology check looking at it. Not bad. Okay. Yeah, the symbols don't resemble any writing that you're aware of. In fact, this doesn't look completely out of line with other artifacts, but you can't really identify it. Like, it doesn't look like it would have come from Egypt or some other culture or anything, but it doesn't seem to serve any function unless it was decorative.
I'll just tell everybody, it's not a writing or any type of language I would know. It looks maybe more decorative than anything else.
If I'm not mistaken, would this be would this be some of that gold that was written about in that note you showed us?
She says, yes, that's what came to my mind. That's why I came to look at it. They talked about prying out a section of gold from a pyramid, and he thinks that because he desecrated a holy site, that's why they were cursed.
I'm gonna try to listen to it, if that's all right. Use my divination again.
Well, so divination is fortune telling. It's not really the
Okay.
yeah. So you could pull out some cards or some bones or however you do it, and you could ask questions about it and try to divine some answers.
Okay. Did we ever get the tarot cards in here working?
No, not really. I can try to do
No?
that for
Okay.
next week if we want them.
Yeah. All right. We'll do that then.
Okay. So let me know what your question is, and you can go ahead and make a roll, and I'll give you what I can.
I'm going to ask it, what have you seen?
Okay. That's an interesting question. Go ahead and make your roll.
Why are we rolling so well?
This is wild.
So
This is
far, I haven't
weird.
been rolling that great. I've been rolling decently.
You spend 1 to make it a nat 1.
No, you can't. You can't spend it into a critical.
That's a shit.
Went away from a critical. Oh well, that's fine. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it. That's good.
But the bright side is you get to increase your divination.
That's a fair point.
To be fair, I got a success on my last divination roll. So I can't upgrade it anymore. I don't think.
Not in the same. Not in the same.
Yeah.
Since I
center.
spent luck, my first aid doesn't go up, does it?
Right. It's not going to be activated for that.
Okay.
Uh,
Darn.
So this, because you got an extreme success, you're going to get a little more than divination would usually give you. You are actually going to, everybody else, you're going to see her eyes roll back in her head. You're going to see an ancient stepped pyramid on a plateau. And you're going to see cracks start appearing in the top of the pyramid. And as it cracks, you're going to see greasy white tendrils dripping with huge maggots reaching up through the cracks, grasping towards the sky. You are going to need to spend some magic points. I believe that's a D6.
Hey. Oh. Rude.
And
I mean, it fits, but also rude.
let's see.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
Question, when do my magic points refresh?
Daily.
Okay.
1 point per day?
I don't recall, but I have a rest button that makes it happen.
Okay.
And we are, I'm afraid, going to have a sanity check here. As you...
I figured.
Yeah, as you're watching this vision happening in the back of your mind.
Is she supposed to do that?
I mean,
I'm talking in character.
this is not a... this honestly is very open. Like, you're supposed to be able to try whatever you want. And...
I'm asking in character. To, like, Connor.
Oh,
'cause,
I'm,
you know,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know. believes in this stuff.
Tough.
Yeah,
You
so
know, the finger wiggle, woo-woo.
you might stagger a little bit, but you come back out of this without any ill effects.
Oh yeah, I wrench my hand away and just kind of stare at it very nervously for a moment before clearing my throat and pretending nothing happened.
James is gonna go and just ask you, or just say, "You saw something, didn't you?"
I'd prefer if we talk about it away from that.
I don't think I want to leave this thing too far away from me, because, I'm gonna bonk their heads now.
I really think you should
With
put
a
that
piece
down.
Of gold?
I think they tried to lift it up, and it burnt them.
I genuinely think you should just put that down. I don't think it's going to come to any harm, and that is an awful lot to be moving. I'm going to give you a pointed look.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So around this time, the police are going to be arriving. We don't really need to roleplay this out. None of you are under suspicion at all. They will take descriptions. You tell them. Do you tell them specifically this is, I know this guy, I know where he's staying? Or you just talk about, oh, these guys attacked us and give them a general description?
Oh, I tell them who it was that attacked us.
Okay.
And she would collaborate with me. You know, she got a big hole on her chest, I got a hole on my hand.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they don't assume that there's a monster, but they definitely take it seriously as an assault. And most likely an attempted robbery. So they tell you that, yeah, they're going to... You give them the address at the Hotel España, and they tell you they're going to go there and see if... it's unlikely that he went back to his roof there after attacking
This
you.
failed attempt.
But they need to check it out, so...
I'm going to mention our sponsor having been staying at the same hotel and mention that they should definitely check there anyhow, because if he ain't there, then he's involved too, and if he is there, we need to make sure he's all right.
They nod, they tell you, yes, they'll definitely look into it. They ask where you're staying, and you are actually just down the street at the Hotel Mori.
Correct.
So as long as you give them that information, everything's good. They'll wrap up the report and be on their way.
There we go.
Now, Professor Sanchez is going to be saying, this, I had been intending to go and try to put together my own expedition and get there before this grave robber could steal all of the history from my country, but this is a little more dangerous than I was really counting on.
Looks like you need to hire some muscle.
Well, I don't have a whole lot of funding. And to be honest, I don't really want... Yes, if they're going to be trying to kill people out in the jungle, I don't really want to... And Hammer's going to say, "Don't worry. I think this group has heroic intentions. I think we all," he's winking at you now. "I think we all understand how important these artifacts are to your country." And he's winking again. Like he's, "Come on, say something."
I'm gonna let him stew for a second, and then I'll pipe up with, "Frankly, sir, if they're willing to attack you in your own university, then I don't think out there's gonna be any more or less dangerous than staying here."
Either way, you can bet I'm gonna be paying them back. I'm gonna hold up my bloody hand.
And besides, I'm sure you can get some additional funding depending on what we bring back for you.
You can see Hammer's face falling a little bit as you're talking about letting him have all the artifacts. But Sanchez will say, "Yes, I suppose you did drive them off. Riza, I don't think that you should. We were talking about getting some fieldwork experience for you. I don't think this is going to be the time." She agrees, but if you want him to go, Sanchez is agreeing to go with you.
Which one's Sanchez?
Sanchez is the
Professor.
professor.
I mean, he gives someone else to go and talk to James. So I would love to have him join us.
Okay. Then, yeah, he'll. So you can share the details of the expedition. That if everything is still going according to plan, you're going to be leaving at 8 in the morning on Monday. You know that he had previously applied to join Larkin's expedition. So and Larkin just turned him down and ignored him. So
We didn't sign any
you don't have contracts.
NDAs,
No.
right?
Right.
Cool. Because we just totally swiped this under this man.
He'll tell you that he will plan to bring both the actual book with him, because there might be more details to be uncovered within that aren't contained within the summary.
I will, also whisper into his ear at some point about bringing that metal bar if it hurts them.
And he's going to say, "Yes, I think that's wise. I don't understand what exactly this supposed curse is supposed to be, but if you think it hurt them, then I don't know."
I am also going to mention that if there is a curse, maybe it's also wise not to take any of the artifacts there or move them as much.
I suppose we'll have a lot of decisions to make when we arrive. It feels like we're drawing to a logical conclusion of this particular scene.
Mm-hmm.
So, having had the police arrive, having had an attack, having had conversations for a while, is going to be drawing on towards evening at this point. Do you want to do anything else for the rest of the evening? You could go and check in on Larkin. You could try to see if there are... You could look at supplies. You could just go drinking.
I think I'm going to actually talk to one of the other someone, like either Connor or someone else, and ask for for their help on possibly maybe getting me a gun. If it's going to be this dangerous, because I was not expecting it to be this dangerous, and better be safe than sorry.
How do you do it though? Do you just go up to him like, "Hey, yo, I need a gun. I want to hear it. Come on."
No, it's okay. If that's how you want to.
Just get him. Just go and just go. I noticed that you guys have guns. I don't, and this seems to be a little bit more dangerous than I was expecting. I have a little bit of experience with a pistol. Maybe you could help me go and figure out what would be a good pistol for me to use. And I'm just talking to mainly, I guess, all three of you. Seeing as you guys have weapons and know how to use them. And what would be good.
So who's gonna help him? Who's gonna help him go shopping for a gun?
You have money to buy a gun?
Well, hopefully. If we probably
Out of character, what's your credit rating?
His credit
10.
rating's the worst. Second worst.
It's not. It's second worst.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, Connor will definitely help you.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I'm the rich girl.
I mean, assuming that everything works out still, you had been told you can turn in, keep the receipt, and Larkin will reimburse you for any expenses you incur. So.
Yeah, but if he turns out to, no longer be in the picture for whatever reason.
So yeah, you can go ahead if you have a particular pistol in mind, or you can ask for advice and choose one. You can put one on your character sheet.
I'm gonna go and ask you guys what would be a good one.
The one I've got is the 22 short auto,
All right.
so you could do with that one.
What other pistols are there? Just so I have options.
Guys?
You can grab a 32. You can grab I think a 357 is more modern than this.
We haven't left, right?
I'm assuming you've left the museum at this point.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
assuming that as well.
So they're going shopping. I want to do some tracking.
Oh, you don't want to hear about my fun vision? The fun vision that I had regarding the gold? Because I'm waiting until after we go shopping for that.
Yeah. Connor will definitely.
Listen, I just got attacked. I got one upped by two of them. I have to even the odds.
Now you're running off on your own. That's...
I'll wait.
How well did that work out for you earlier today?
Not
I
very
mean,
good.
I don't
just
mind
wasn't
you having to
prepared.
roll up another character.
I messed up. I got into biting range. I won't do the same again.
This time you got a gun.
Riza
Well, the
will
gun makes
particularly thank you, though, because, she recognizes you really threw yourself in danger to rescue her.
What?
I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I was expecting the second one. I thought there'd be more.
Come
Glad you got it out there, alright.
Come here.
Yeah, so do you want to have this conversation while you're all walking around the markets looking for a gun, or do you want to have it later on after the guns are secured?
Absolutely going to tell them about it when we are in private, after having bought the child a gun.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if our previous employer is still alive.
Okay, so are we splitting the party?
I'm not hunting. I'm checking on our previous employer.
Okay.
I still have my gun though, cause at this point I got assaulted.
Well,
I mean,
Hammer.
after we get James a gun, we can all go.
Yeah, Hammer at the least is going to agree. Yeah, it's probably a really good idea to go check on Larkin. I know the police are stopping in, but we should find out for ourselves. Reconnection successful. Okay. Hopefully, it's still working.
Also, for anyone who happens to be in the audience right now, this is Kiddo. He's a gremlin.
You know they say pets take after their owners.
The stream is still up, Andrew.
Yeah, the stream's still up. Although it is just a black screen behind you. Never mind.
Yep, now it's good.
As I drop everybody on the map, everybody will be able to see it.
Though I seem to be having a problem. It's just a gray background. I don't see the map.
Yeah, it's a.
Give it a second to load.
For me, it's a refresh fix.
I got coffee, bro. I almost
I'm gonna
forgot.
refresh quick.
Fuck water. That shit ain't healthy for you.
Please don't eat the mic. Don't eat the mic.
Oh wait, I wasn't gonna try to curse and stuff.
No.
Talkative child.
That's why it
Here's the
logged me
thing:
out.
if you don't cuss in the first 15 minutes, you're fine.
Honey.
Yes. I forgot to ask, what kind of style place is this? Is it like the old tropics, Congo town kind of thing, or is this like a bumbling big city?
This is a big city.
Yeah,
This is the
very
capital of Peru.
Yeah.
And the
I'm
Hotel
gonna
Mori
buy-
and the Hotel España are the nicest hotels in town.
I'm gonna buy fatigues, like the typical British traveler, big game hunter type, and I'll have my shotgun on a sling.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be unusual to walk around with a shotgun attached to you, but not completely unheard of around here.
Yeah, that's why I kind of like dramatized it up. So then if someone's like, "Huh, what is he doing?" Oh, it's a British guy. He's probably just being, dumb British stuff.
Fluffy, here's a couple pictures of what Lima looks like today.
Lima.
That's where we
The
are.
City
place
you're
where
in.
we're at in game.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's a cliffside.
Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful place.
Totally isn't gonna fall into the ocean.
No, not at all.
So you could head into the hotel, and there's not actually a reception desk, but in this lobby there is a small white-haired woman sitting on a chair. When you enter, she looks up, greets you, and says, "Hola." You need a room?
Hola. No, crap, what's the guy's name again?
Larkin?
Larkin. Thank you. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm just gonna say his last name. Larkin?
No, Larkin. Larkin is here. You're not Larkin.
No, we're trying to meet Larkin.
We're trying to get to his room.
Didn't we
Where-
get like a room number?
She's-
He
He's,
hired us.
Are you more police?
No.
Why is everyone looking for him today?
We're employed with him?
Is he trouble? Are you bringing trouble?
Hopefully
No,
not.
ma'am. No, ma'am, not at all.
This is a nice place.
It is. It's a lovely place.
Yes.
We just wanted to make sure he's all right. There was a little bit of an incident earlier, and he hired us. We're his employees.
Okay. And you're asking her to let you go, to let you know what room he's in and let you go see it, right?
Correct.
Yes. Why don't
Then
you go
make sure
ahead
he's
and make
okay.
a charm roll?
A
She is somewhat irritated at him. Normally she wouldn't let people go bother her guests, but she's somewhat irritated, so take a bonus die.
Oh,
Wow.
the one thing I'm good at.
Did you fail?
Oh my god.
Wait a minute, don't you have something that gives you a bonus die? On charm?
Oh, wait. Yes, I have Smooth Talker.
So
you
So I
rolled
need an
280s.
additional
roll
bonus
one
die.
more D100.
You're gonna roll another 80.
Come
I'd be
on.
amazed.
35.
Yeah. Okay, that's much better.
Yeah. That's
She says-
a-
You work for him?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you tell him. You tell him to clean up his act or he's leaving.
Yes, ma'am, I most certainly will, and I'm so sorry for all the trouble he's caused.
Yes. Yes, you go up the stairs and it's room whatever. Say room 5.
I like that one better. It's room, whatever.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And you can all head up the stairs actually.
Yep. We'll head on up.
Is anybody not doing that? Does anybody not want to be upstairs?
I'm keeping an eye out right now.
I'll go upstairs.
I'm going upstairs.
I mean, I'm going upstairs, but, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm not going to get the jump, or no one's going to get the jump on me.
Alright.
Super jumpy.
Yeah, hit the top. If you move your character on the top stair, it'll actually move you.
I don't see anything.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a refresh.
You don't see anything? Okay.
I got logged out.
Well, stop it.
Yeah, it did that to me as well.
Is that why I couldn't see anything? Is because it signed me out mid-game?
Yeah.
That would be irritating.
Right?
Yeah, that's what
I've
happened.
never seen that, but it doesn't mean it doesn't happen.
So
we
wait,
are
which
the-
one's
we are
room
the best
5?
bug finders for this app.
Once everybody's upstairs, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
You're fine,
Okay.
you're fine. Yes, I know that I have access to the
It appears that it may have logged me out as well. So let's see if I can.
All
Just
right,
kicking everybody out.
I'm back
I'm
in.
guessing there must have been a problem with the servers tonight.
that's
I
mean,
haven't been logged out. I don't know what you guys are doing.
apparently we're doing something.
I mean, we did roll like a good handful of successes that were
Right.
too.
Maybe they had to crash the server because, you know, the dungeon masters were complaining. Our players are happy.
The players are doing too good.
We can't have that.
They need to do a little bit worse, so this is interesting.
Look what we want. Worst number.
Yeah, so the top one on the right is going to be his room. this one right here that Mr. Hammer has approached.
As we all clump up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, you of course get to decide what exactly happens now. Do you, you gonna try to make a bunch of noise? You gonna knock on the door? You wanna be sneaky?
I'm going to
Let's
knock
kick down the
very
door.
loudly on the door.
Alright.
Kick down the door.
No.
Man, we're not gonna get in trouble.
Gonna like slowly slide my
Kana,
gun.
I will slap you.
It'd be funny.
Yeah, so you knock hard, and after a few minutes, you can hear movement inside. The door opens, and you can see Larkin. He appears to be barely on his feet. He is wearing his pants and his shirt, but his shirt is unbuttoned, and there is... You can see, like, a tattoo on his chest. You can't make it out very well. The shirt's still mostly covering it, but there's like this weird circle on his chest. And behind him, when he opens up the door, there is the smell of... well, it smells unwashed. It smells like somebody who hasn't taken a shower in far too long, and it also smells a little bit like rotten meat. And he is not looking good. He doesn't really look alert. His eyes take a moment to focus, and then a moment longer to recognize you. Then he says, "Oh, I thought for sure it would be the police coming back again. How can I help you?"
You
Larkin,
okay?
are you alright?
I'm afraid my condition has worsened overnight. I'm taking medicine for it. Don't worry, I'll be fine by the time the expedition has to leave.
What's that symbol on your chest?
He looks down, he starts buttoning his shirt up. He says, "It's youthful indiscretions."
Do you mind if we come in?
Yes, I suppose so.
And Connor's gonna go here, let me, and he's going to help him like walk him to a place to sit down, because the man
Okay.
looks really messed up.
Yeah, he really does.
The thing on his chest wasn't like perfect circle like the one on my hand, was it?
No, it doesn't. It didn't look like a ring of teeth, and it was clearly tattoo ink. It wasn't like blood.
Okay. It wasn't like an old scab.
No, it didn't look like an old scab. If you want to get more information about it, you're gonna have to be clever, find a way to get him up his shirt, or just like force it to happen.
Yeah, that's why I asked to get inside. I'm thinking three
Please do
steps
not
ahead, don't worry.
assault our employer.
Ex-employer. We just got positioned by someone else. You gotta remember this.
Don't worry, I already closed the door.
Does he have fat on him at all?
Does he have fat on him? What a strange
Yes.
question. Why would you ask that?
I don't know. My hand.
I want to.
If I recall, he was extremely gaunt.
Yeah, he is gaunt and looks ill, but he doesn't look like skeletal. He doesn't look like he has no fat or anything. He just looks like he is ill and kind of weak, and maybe has been for a while.
Well, you mentioned the police.
Yes, they
I
told
take it
me
they
that
explained to you what happened?
they told me something. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. They said Mr. Mendoza attacked someone at the museum.
I'm gonna unravel the bite mark along my arm. This is
Well,
what
that
he
is-
did to me.
He attacked you.
Yes, he
What?
was
Him
attacking a.
and another person at the museum. I helped bandage up Victor here.
He was attacking a young lady, and I took it upon myself to stop it.
That is terrible. I apologize. I had no idea the man was capable of such a thing.
Ask how long he has been in your employ?
Oh, I met him here in Peru. I hired him just a couple of weeks ago to assist me in my travels. I know the man is... He was always somewhat zealous and wanted to protect me, but he demanded people show me respect. But I've never seen him actually be violent with anyone.
How long have you been sick?
I'm sorry?
Connor is going to ask. How long have you been sick? Connor's going to ask very quickly.
Oh, I'm fairly certain it's something. I think just this area doesn't agree with me. I'm from Africa, and the climate is somewhat different there. I think I must have gotten something from one of the mosquitoes around here or something. I have my medicine that helps me through it. And he kind of gestures vaguely towards his nightstand.
Sir,
I'm gonna go over to his nightstand and look at the medicine.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep talking to him.
It says Arowina.
Arowina.
Yeah, it's heroin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just to make you feel less pain, but anyways, moving forward.
This place is a mess. It is honestly disgusting standing in here.
Yeah, Connor's not having fun doing this. But he's going to keep asking questions.
How's that smell?
I'm from Ireland, and then I went to the States. I've bounced around a lot. I've never seen a man react this way to being to a different man.
I'm sorry, I'm turning your volume up a little bit because I can't make you out.
Yeah. I've been a lot of places, but I've never seen somebody react this way to being in a different land. This is more than you just being sick because of your environment.
Well, perhaps my constitution has been somewhat damaged by my travels. I don't know. But I assure you, I have made this trip before. I will be fine when it's time for the expedition to leave. And we're going to be taking trucks most of the way anyway.
Larkin, might I ask who prescribed you this medication?
Oh, it's not a prescription. I just go down to
So who did you speak to who gave this to you for your illness?
I just purchased it at the pharmacy.
So you don't have any idea what it is you have or what it is that you need to cure it?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're asking. No, I have not actually been to a doctor about my condition, no.
Mr. Larkin, if you'll pardon my saying so, what kind of fool are you? You look like a corpse walking around right now.
Well, I'm not sure I do appreciate your saying so. This feels a little excessive, young lady.
I mean,
Sir.
Did you see
Look
what
at
kind
the
of
conditions
place
you are in.
I'm
You
gonna
are
also
barely
walk
able
over
to
there.
stand.
Yes, it has been worse today, I admit. But I've had this condition before. I've been in worse shape. With some rest and some of my medicine, I always come through and everything is fine again. So I assure you, there's nothing to worry about here. I have some experience with it.
I'm going to ask Birdie if I can see the medicine. And I'm taking that also
And
know the same stuff.
Straight up heroin.
Mr. Larkin, I'm saying this because I share love for all humankind and a care for everyone's general well-being. I highly suggest we get you to a doctor to make sure you aren't dying right now, because you look like you're about to fall over, and I don't know if I would trust my worst enemy going anywhere the way you are.
I do appreciate your concern. How about this? If I have not recovered by tomorrow, then I will take your advice. I will go and see a doctor and follow whatever advice they have to give me.
I would appreciate that. I'm not happy about it, but I will appreciate that.
James.
I am extremely tired.
James.
So me looking at the bottle, I know the same stuff as Birdie does, right?
Yeah, it's sold at corner stores, basically. It's
Would you be able to diagnose the man? You have some knowledge in at least.
Well,
Not enough.
yeah, diagnosing an illness would be more medicine than first aid.
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
I can
thought-
I can feel.
I have
somebody's chest.
some medicine, but not enough that I don't think I'd be able to fully diagnose.
I mean, we've been hitting extreme successes lately.
I mean, true, but I haven't.
Hey, that just means you're due. You can try at the very least, and like, I don't know. Or crit fail and be like, oh hey, you have cancer.
I also I really think if he has turned on me, I don't know what his plans might be. I don't want to do anything that might delay the expedition and give him time to potentially steal the artifacts while we're away.
I don't think stealing is gonna be on our list of concerns on that front. If he is being this protective over you, then that suggests to me that he has no other way to get there and get to those artifacts than through you. If you don't allow him to go anywhere, if you cut off his funding,
Well, I'm
then
certainly
I don't
not
think he's
intending.
going anywhere.
Yes, I don't intend to pay for anything further for the man. If I see him, I will be calling the police. Again, I am so sorry that I did not realize I was putting you in this type of danger by employing him.
Actually, can I go and see? Because I'm taking this is still with withdrawal, right? Possibly.
Well, right now he
He
doesn't
knows
appear to be in withdrawal. He appears to be actually pretty high.
But he still looks like that while
This
he's
is
He might be on the
This-
downside of it here because he's kind of lucid, but yeah, the bathroom does not
Yes,
look good
no.
either.
Then
I thought that
I'll
was.
probably just keep this to myself unless I really think it needs to be spoken about. But could I just like take a little bit better of a look at him? Maybe do a medical.
Sure,
yeah, I
yeah.
saw that.
I can see through the walls.
Can you?
But don't worry. Louise
Yeah.
is not actually there.
Well, don't worry, he's not actually there.
Like, we're good.
We're we are
Yeah, the
we
walls
are
are
ignoring all of
nice.
this.
Nicely
Yeah.
in view.
Okay.
That's just your paranoia, Fluffy.
Has my paranoia ever proved wrong?
Yes.
Yeah, how did I manage? I walled everything up and then just didn't do the walls between the rooms. Whatever.
Right?
It doesn't matter. He actually isn't there, though. This isn't like me tricking
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
He's not there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
think
probably
this
just
is where
forgot
it's
about it, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on. Hold on.
I noticed it right away, and I was like, "There's no way that Andrew would have slipped up if the dude was listening in through the wall and not drawn into the invisible walls." So I was like, "Okay, if that character is just not there, we're moving on."
I mean,
appreciate
even if
that.
he was listening through the walls, we didn't ask to check over there. I'm not gonna metagame.
Yeah, right.
I mean, it's not that I didn't check, it's that I could just see through it. I was like,
Okay, so you also took some heroin. Got it.
Yeah. You were on some real good stuff, man.
James,
I'm
you
tripping on that low blood.
you don't have any sort of identification of it, but this is not out of line with tropical diseases, the way he's acting. Some of which can be fatal, and some of which can be you feel ill for a few days and then you get over it.
I'm probably just going to keep this to myself and just let him and Birdie just have that entire conversation of, I might go to the doctors if it get worse.
Yeah, he's telling you, yes, I know, I appreciate it, but tomorrow morning, certainly, I'll be better. Yeah, I told the police everything I could about Mr. Mendoza, that I met him and where we've traveled, and I believe they looked through his room next door, but he's not currently here. I'll be keeping my door locked tonight, obviously.
Windows too.
Yes, the windows too.
And I'm only being as harsh as I am because if my mother looked the way that you look right now, I'd be breaking down over in the corner, all right? It is extremely alarming to see anybody in your condition.
I really do appreciate the concern. But if you don't mind, I am still exhausted, and I would like to get some more sleep. Perhaps take some more medicine and recover.
Yes, get as much sleep as you need.
I'll be by to check on you by noon tomorrow, all right? And hold you to your word.
Yes, what's Birdie's new name?
Oh, I was going to say Miss Brandt.
Brandt? Okay.
Brandt.
Yes, Ms. Brandt, I will I will be looking forward to your visit. I'll try to make myself a little more presentable by then as well.
All right.
And he's kind of trying to guide you out of the room at this point.
Yeah,
I should probably
I'll gladly
inform
leave.
him that because of the whole incident with, I'm trying to remember his name again.
Oh yeah, are we
Mendoza?
De Mendoza?
Mendoza.
Mendoza? Yeah. That I will be purchasing a firearm just to go and keep by me in case if I ever need it.
Yes,
Are we
yes, of
telling
course. If you give me the receipt, of course I'll reimburse you for that. It sounds vital.
And no,
Are we-
Fluffy, we are not mentioning the paranormal aspects of this because
I
half the
mean-
party still doesn't believe you.
No,
That's
not
fair.
at all.
I'm not talking about that. I've been trying to ask, are we telling this man that we're not working for him anymore? Are we
No.
still working for him?
No, we're not telling them shit.
Are we
We're
triple
doing
agents?
I think we're still
on
working for him. We're just not going
just
to
in-
steal everything.
Yeah, you just
We
invited
are
another
saving
person to come along.
life. We're saving the man's life. That's where we're starting. Where we're gonna end up, we don't know.
If he is not better tomorrow, then I don't think we're going to have to worry about telling him anything.
I'm gonna wait outside this man's place tonight. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like Connor is working on the idea that he's being poisoned.
It's certainly something to consider.
And he's being poisoned for the money that's going behind this thing. He obviously brought money here.
Yeah?
As you're all exiting his room, Mr. Hammer is going to say under his breath, he mentioned De Mendoza's room is right next door.
Ah,
I'm gonna just like walk into it. I'm not even gonna hesitate. He's like,
Well, it's locked.
let me allow me. I have a key for a friendly visit, just in case.
yeah. I'm gonna stand like beside him, so then it's harder for people to see.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand at the top of the stairs and just watch.
I'm just gonna look over
Okay.
the railing.
Do your locksmith.
Alrighty, let's fingers crossed, people.
Crit 1.
We've only rolled 2 failures so far, so we're due. For a failure.
You Fluffy. You had to say it.
You got the luck, spend it. It's
Yeah,
only
that's fair.
18.
Well, you don't have to. You
You
can
don't
also
have
choose to
to.
push the roll.
I can push it, but here's the thing about pushing it, I would break the lock.
It's a possibility.
And then would have to climb around on a balcony to open the door.
Okay.
Does that room even have access to a
40 out
balcony?
of 100.
The fellow we just left does.
Yeah, Larkin's room has a balcony.
Larkin does, and the room across from it, like the other side of the building.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, this one doesn't probably doesn't even have a
Did
balcony.
we get in?
Right. Alright, I'm gonna push it.
Okay. Hold on just a second. Mr. Hammer will see that you're having some difficulty, and he will come over and kind of give you some pointers so you can have an extra die on it.
Ah, wonderful. So I
And
just
I will
roll
be
it with
right
my
back.
Okay.
I have to use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Where's the hinge? Bonus die 1. Okay, cool. Okay,
Nice.
Yeah.
what I needed.
Like butter. The door just clicks open as though you have the room key. And looking inside here, you see almost the direct opposite of Larkin's room. It doesn't, like, apart from the police clearly having come in and opened a couple drawers, it doesn't look like anybody slept in this bed. Doesn't look like they've pulled out a couple of drawers, but there's no clothing in them.
Okay.
Uh,
So,
no personal effects, no toiletries in the bathroom.
So it looks like no one's lived here.
oh shit, my bad.
What the hell?
I hit enter and I was like not going through and I was like, okay, is my enter key broken? I just tapped it really quick. Yeah. My bad.
It's okay.
That came off as way more
Pretty aggressive, huh?
yeah. Way more aggressive than mine. Okay, so Connor's gonna go inside.
Oh, I just closed the door on you.
How dare you?
So it looks like no one's lived in here.
Yeah.
Connor is going to search underneath the bed.
Okay. Yeah, you actually, like, you stick your hand under there, you feel around a little bit, and almost immediately you feel something cold. Like, something hard and cold.
Well, I think I found something.
And you pull out, well, when you look at it, it looks like a golden mask. It is about 6 inches square. It's a stylized face, made up of blocky geometrical shapes. and it is solid with no eye holes. As you move it around and look at the other side, the backside is polished to a high sheen.
Can I see that?
Cool, nice. Connor's gonna like look at it and be like, "I'm pretty sure it's gold." And I
So you can't see out of it at all, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have any. It doesn't actually have eye holes. It just has this
So if
impression
I
of
go
a
like
face.
this, I'm just blind.
yeah.
Well, as you hold it up, it's actually the backside is polished so well that it's like a mirror. You can see your face. And while you're looking into it, I'd like you to make a power roll.
Totally not going to end poorly.
That
Well-
should be with 2 dice. I gotta roll 1d10. So 76.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
You see-
wanna upgrade that?
Like, staring into this mirror, you see a mountain. An enormous black mountain. And your vision closes in on the mountain until you can see that it looks like it's moving. And it zooms in further until you can actually see there are thousands of people, men and women of every race, performing bloody and orgiastic rites on top of this enormous mountain. And before you can feel too much about it, you see your own hand. The vision completely clears. You're looking at the gold again, and then you see your own hand reaching into the mirror, reaching out and touching a large red rock that's warm to the touch. Everything is brightly lit, and next to the rock there is a black pit that descends into the depths of the earth.
Is my hand like literally going through this mask?
No. You
Okay.
look, when you ask that question, you look away and you see, no, your hands are still holding the mask. And when you look away from the mirror, you stop seeing visions and it's just this shiny gold again.
I'm just gonna take one of the pillowcases and then dump the mask inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, well, that was something. We don't want anyone seeing this out there.
Yeah. Shove it inside your coat, put the top in your sleeve, and boom. You can snuggle it out real easy. I'm gonna go and check in this room here.
Bathroom.
Check the potted plant or something. You can open the door.
Miss
Yeah, you
Bernadette.
open up the door. It is, I mean, it's just a bathroom. There's no razor in here. There's no soap. The towels look untouched.
Miss Bernadette, would you be able to coax our patron to move rooms? That one was very unsanitary, and this one is very much more clean.
Yeah, but that one has a balcony.
Frankly,
And if anybody-
I don't think I'm going to be able to tell him to do a thing right now. Hopefully, he's already passed out.
Probably better if he got some rest, even if it is unsanitary.
Yeah, Connor's gonna spend some time searching in that room, and I'm assuming I just find nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So, it was suggested that some people are going to post up here for the night, huh?
Oh yeah, I was.
I'm
Well,
going back to our
preferably-
hotel.
I would like to go back and
Maybe you can
possibly ask.
camp out in that bathroom there. Listen,
I'm like,
request.
you know what? This is a
Possibly
nice
ask
hotel.
about
You
the,
guys,
The sisters now, sit down with a shotgun pointed at the door just in case.
Okay, and Terry, what were you saying?
I was gonna go and say possibly ask. What does my character actually call your character? Do I call her Bernadette, Birdie?
Birdie.
She introduced herself as Birdie to everybody, so
All right, I'll probably ask then Birdie. When would be a good time to get a little bit more detail about the vision you had?
well, I'd like everybody to hear about it while we're here. So, let's close up this door and we can talk in here.
Okay. That seems like a good way to end the night.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to thank all of you for playing. You always throw me some curveballs, and that's the most fun to react to.
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything they need to announce or say before the end of the stream? I don't think any of us do anything we need to advertise.
no.
Nope.
No.
Not as of yet.
But
Just to thank the people that have actually started watching. I sent around the link a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
then
I see
anybody
we have-
Thanks to
We have two people talking, which is nice to see.
Yeah, then I appreciate anybody who's watching, and we're going to have to assign somebody
Yeah.
to actually watch the chat because it's not going to be me.
I did it
if I can get my internet to work properly, I volunteer to be the social media person.
did we have anyone
You would be
watch?
better at it.
Yeah,
but
we have two
until you
people.
get it figured out, I'll do it. Because I have a tablet right next to me that I can have the stream pause and look at the chat. So
Okay, cool.
that's what I've been doing.
Well, either way, thank you guys for watching.
I hope
thank
everybody had a good
everybody
time.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, thank you for GMing, of course.
Mhm.
Like I said last time, it's always fun having you being the game master. It's always a fun time.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to say good night to everybody and end the stream right now.
Good
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.